the visual first.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan Summers, and I'm coming to you this evening from Ironman Field in Miramichi, New Brunswick. And I'm joined tonight by a very special guest. Mr. Matt Stairs is in town with the Fredericton Royals, and they're getting ready to take battle versus the Chatham Ironman here shortly. So first of all, Matt, I wanted to thank you for doing this. Appreciate it very much.
My pleasure.
And I guess I just wanted to welcome you back to the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League, and welcome back to the Miramichi. And I guess I'd like to, if you could tell the folks at home what led you to the decision to come back to the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League this season.
Well, I think there's a few things. For the love for the game. It's been about 27 years since I played. I played for the Royals.
Absolutely.
And I think the biggest thing for me is it's a good chance to get senior baseball back on the map and have some people who haven't had a chance to see me play before. Hopefully, it's good.
Very good.
But it's been a couple of years since I played, so it's just a chance to get back to your community and get a chance to see everybody that supported you throughout your career.
Excellent. And I must tell you, Matt, that I feel that is commendable what you're doing here for not only for the young fans, obviously, as we can see here tonight, we've got quite a crowd rolling into Ironman Field, but also for fans of my age as well that never had the opportunity to travel down to the States to see you in your big league career. So I would thank you for that. I think it's an excellent thing that you're doing here, both for our community and also for the entire province. So thank you very much for that. I'm thankful that I did look up and watch, because for two reasons really. The first one was that I wanted to see just how far up the pavilion that ball that you hit was going to travel, because it was a moonshot, as I believe it's even dubbed on YouTube as a moonshot. And second of all, because I was able to see you rounding the bases in what I would have to think is probably one of the highlights of your career, if not the highlight of your career. And for me to be able to see a New Brunswicker accomplish something like that from my living room was really quite an experience. And it's something that I don't really think I'll have that feeling ever again. I guess maybe, I hope I don't. I'm not sure, but it was quite a moment, and I guess maybe I'd like to ask you what if you could walk me through what that at bat was like for you.
Well, I mean, it was pretty easy at bat. I mean, not the outcome, but it was. That you're going to face probably one of the best closers in the game, especially that year. Had an unbelievable year, and it was a moment of silence, really. I mean, when I walked in, they made the pitch change, Broxton in.
Sure.
I haven't had an at-bat for 8 or 9 days, and it all started from probably the second pitch. I took the first pitch, and I thought it came in kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
Looked up, and it had a pretty good, about 97-mile-an-hour fastball on it. And to me, right then, I knew something good was going to happen, because everything was in slow motion.
Absolutely.
And in that situation, usually you guys are jumpy or want to do stuff that they're not capable of doing, but. It's just one of those things where I got the 3-1. He made a mistake. He wanted it away, threw it in her half, and
sure.
I think the stars were lined up perfect that day, and
Absolutely.
It worked out great for the fans of Philly, the city of Philly, and for myself.
Absolutely, and of course, I don't mind admitting that I'm not one of those who normally be a fair weather fan, but after your Phillies took out and took care of my Dodgers, I didn't mind jumping on the wagon for the Phillies one bit that year, because ultimately, as you just mentioned, it led to your World Series championship, which obviously, if the home run itself wasn't the biggest accomplishment of your career, I would have to say placing a World Series ring on your finger would be right up there as well.
It was. I mean, hitting the home run was awesome, but getting a chance to be a World Series champion, that's what you play for. And that's why it's a team sport, and it's also an individual sport. I had the highs of an individual sport of hitting the home run, and as a team sport, getting a chance to win a World Championship was spectacular.
Excellent. You are actually the all-time major league leader for pinch hit home runs, and that is really something from my perspective. Anytime you put the words all-time in front of any baseball, as we know, baseball is a sport driven by the numbers. Anytime you place all-time leader amongst an offensive category in front of your name, that's quite an accomplishment. And I guess what I'm wondering is, as a pinch hitter, was your approach at the plate any different than in that for a number of years you were a regular player as a starter? And I'm guessing, was your approach at the plate any different when you were in a pinch hitting role versus starting?
I think so, because when you're playing every day, you have the opportunity to knowing that you don't have to be so aggressive your first few at bats. You're gonna get 3 or 4 at bats, maybe 5. Pinch hitting, what you want to do is basically you approach the game of that's my pitch I'm going to swing at. I'm not going to swing at the pitcher's pitch until I get 2 strikes, and hopefully he makes a mistake. But I was still an aggressive hitter. I still hit off the fastball. I never found a fastball I did not like.
Absolutely. Jonathan Broxton found that out.
Yeah, so it's pinch hitting and playing every day is totally different. You know, because when you're playing every day, you, like I said, you can go 0 for 4 and get them tomorrow, but you go 0 for 4 in baseball, and as a pinch hitter, you might not get a hit for 2 weeks. And I went 2 months ago getting a hit. You know, I was 0 for 31, so you know, there's a lot of things, but I enjoyed it, and I think to have success in pinch hitting, you have to enjoy it, and I like doing it.